So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this clean quart-size mason jar. I'm going to pour in half and half into this mason jar. If you're not in the US, half and half is basically cream and milk. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat this milk up to 190 degrees. Dr. Davis says that even if your milk is pasteurized, there can still be spores that are hidden in the milk. So this is why I am heating up the milk. That way we are not cultivating any new cultures that may be already present in the milk. Now, I'm not going to reuse this mason jar because you can see there's still residual of milk around the rim of the jar. So because we don't want to start any new cultures and we want our yogurt to be only L. reuteri, that is why I'm going to go ahead and wash out this mason jar. Once I'm done washing the mason jar, I'm sterilizing it in hot water. That way we kill any bacteria that could be lingering around. I don't know why my milk curded up like that, but that's fine. I'm just going to stir it up and I'm going to let it cool down. You do not want to introduce any of your beneficial bacteria into hot milk. And so I'm waiting for this milk to cool down until it's at least 100 degrees, no higher than that, because if it's higher than that, you could run the risk of killing the bacteria. So now our milk is cooled down. It's around 80 degrees. And now we are going to put together the culture. Now, Dr. Davis does have his own brand of L. reuteri yogurt now, his own culture, but this was the original culture that he used, BioGaia. So I am using 10 tablets of the BioGaia L. reuteri tablets. I have crushed up the BioGaia tablets, and now I'm going to mix it in with 2 tablespoons of inulin powder. This is what the L. reuteri will feed on during the fermentation. I've now poured in the cooled milk, and I'm stirring it vigorously. If you've seen my other video on how to make L. reuteri yogurt, you want to make sure that you pour that liquid in and mix it very thoroughly, very quickly so it doesn't harden. Now I'm taking the mixed bacteria with the inulin powder and the milk, and I'm pouring it back into my mason jar and stirring it thoroughly. I'm then going ahead and wiping off the rim so we don't get any mold or anything like that. And then I'm setting on the lid. And then I'm setting it in the Instant Pot. There is no liquid, no water. Now you're going to hit the yogurt setting. You're going to set it to 100 degrees. And we're going to set it to 36 hours. And Dr. Davis says this is going to give us billions of L. reuteri. It has now been 36 hours, and this happens for everyone. On the first and second times you make the yogurt, you will have a separation between the yogurt and the whey. I always drink the whey and always notice really great health benefits from it. So I'm just scooping off the yogurt. I'm putting it in another container. If you wanted to, you could just mix in the whey with the yogurt. You see it's got a really thick consistency, and I'm just going to store it in the fridge once I'm done scooping it out. I'm also adding in a little bit of the whey. Please make sure that you never lick the spoon, never put the spoon in your mouth and dip it back into your yogurt, because this yogurt is going to be your starter culture for all your batches of your L. reuteri yogurt. So you do not want to inoculate any new bacteria. So never double dip. I am making another culture of L. reuteri yogurt, and I want to show you this is how you keep the culture going. So So I have an empty mason jar. We're doing the exact same thing. I'm filling up my mason jar with this half and half. Dr. Davis, like I said, he does encourage using full fat milk or cream and milk, which is half and half. I'm heating up the milk to 190 degrees to kill any spores, and now I'm putting the hot milk back into the mason jar. This is a clean, sterilized mason jar, and then I'm letting this milk cool down for a couple of hours. You do not want the milk to be any hotter than 100 degrees. So this is our previous batch of El Reuteri yogurt, and now we are just mixing in this yogurt into the cooled milk. This is how you keep your yogurt going on. I'm sure you guys understand now, right? This is how you keep it going on and on and on. It's the same concept as like a sourdough starter. So now I'm going to place this yogurt into the Instant Pot. No liquids or anything like that. We're going to set it to yogurt. We're going to put it on 100 degrees and set it to 36 hours and push start. We have another separation on the second time we make the yogurt, which is totally fine. It's got a nice thick top and a lot less whey than the last time. I'm scooping it out into another container. Again, please make sure that you never double dip. Do not put this utensil in your mouth and then put it back into the yogurt because you will introduce new bacteria. And normally I don't even put my yogurt into another container. Now this is the third round, and I wanted to show you, I did not show you heating the milk and all that, but I wanted to show you this is the third round of El Reuteri yogurt using the last batch. And I wanted you to see there was no separation, no way. And I forgot I was recording it, so you can see there's a little bit of imperfection at the top of the yogurt there. I forgot that I needed to show you guys the yogurt, and then I was like, oh no. So anyway, here is the yogurt on the third time. It is very thick and creamy. I thought I'd show you guys a little bonus tip, a little bonus breakfast that I made for my husband. I usually give him a couple of boiled eggs, some homemade sauerkraut, some fermented beans, and then I'll give him whatever cultured yogurt that we're having for that week, whether it's El Reuteri or bifidobacterium, but this is the third batch of the El Reuteri yogurt. So this is like the perfect breakfast for him. But you can see that that third batch is perfectly smooth and ready to go. And I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys also the fourth batch. So I wanted to keep it going so you could see after those first two times, you're going to have a really nice, thick, creamy yogurt. So this is the fourth batch of the El Reuteri yogurt. I did the same thing. I always save a couple of tablespoons and then I add it to my hot milk that is cooled down. And then I still have this really nice yogurt. So this is how you make El Reuteri yogurt. Like I said, please make sure that you never eat off the spoon and put it back into your yogurt. This is how you contaminate your yogurt. You always have to remember that your last batch of yogurt is your starter culture. This is how you keep it going, and this is how you won't ever have to buy the culture ever again. And this goes for any sort of yogurts that you're culturing, whether it's Bifidobacterium longum or Bifidobacterium infantis. So just make sure that you never double dip. Anyhow, I hope this video was helpful, and I can't wait to hear about you guys' El Reuteri adventures.